And when we talk about young lions in the fight game, naturally that leads me to Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. April 22, they're getting ready to tangle and get together. If I could, Roy, what do you see the avenues to victory for both guys, starting with Ryan Garcia?
With Ryan, Ryan has to get out and get an early lead, use his long range to keep Tank at bay, use his sharp straight punch to keep Tank outside. And see, can he possibly catch Tank with a good one early, or see, can he inflict some damage on Tank? See, can he get him a cut, or see, can he get something like that? He can't let Tank stay fresh. Tank, on the other hand, has to be able to stay fresh and conserve itself during the early onslaught by Garcia. If he can get Garcia past round 4 or 5, it's going to be better for him because Garcia is a lot taller, Garcia is longer. So the early rounds going to point towards Garcia. Now this Tank can catch him between something. But if he can't, then he just got to make sure he keeps himself intact for that first half of the fight so that he can try to dominate the last half of the fight. That's what I think key to victory for both guys are.
Roy, do you think that Ryan has the power to actually gain Tank's respect?
Without a question. If Tank, he should already have Tank's respect, and if you don't, then that could be a dangerous thing for Tank too, because you can never underestimate Ryan's power. Ryan is sharp, he's quick, and he has very good fast twitch muscles. So Ryan can really punch.
We had David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, versus Caleb Plant. If I can get your thoughts on that bout, Roy, what did you think about that fight?
Man, it's like this. I like both fighters. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of both. I think they're both good fighters. I just also knew that you got to remember, I do this thing. You know what I mean? I'm older and I'm not the physical specimen I used to be, but up here it never leaves. I told everybody that Caleb is good, yes, and Caleb gonna do good boxing with him early. But once he gets past about the 5th or the 6th round, the boxing will go away because now Benavidez is gonna be used to it. He's gonna know where the danger is, where the danger ain't. And he realizes where the danger ain't, he going for it. Now, after he got 5 rounds and Caleb was fresh, Caleb could deal with it. But once Caleb started getting a little bit of fatigue in him, he ain't had the power to keep him off. You gotta have power to keep Benavidez off you, or it's not gonna work. He's an excellent boxer, but you gotta have power to keep that man off you. If you can't keep what they call him, a monster, if you can't keep the monster off you, it's gonna be trouble.
And when we're talking about Benavidez, you just mentioned that Caleb Plant, that Benavidez goes where the danger isn't. Does that danger lie in the name of Canelo Saul Alvarez?
He's been wanting that danger. He's been asking for that for a long time. It ain't him that's been saying no. Canelo haven't really took it yet, but it's not David that said no. Canelo said he didn't want to fight another Mexican. David been chasing Canelo for years now. And it's a tough fight for him, tougher than people think. But I mean, I think David definitely wants to fight. I just don't know. I think Canelo probably is waiting for the time or waiting for the right time. But I know David wants to fight, and it's a good fight. But you gotta look at it like this too. You can't take nothing away from Canelo because Canelo did stop Caleb. David didn't stop Caleb. So in Canelo's eyes, he's still a better fighter right now. You know what I mean? And David wants to prove that no, I'm the better fighter. So that's why they want to fight. And that's what makes boxing.
If they were to get together, Roy, who would you give the edge to?
I don't know. It's a tough fight to call. I mean, one of them is young and enthusiastic. The other is very experienced, and he's not such an old guy either, but he got a lot of fights behind him. So, it depends on how socially involved both guys get. I mean, because it's a Mexican battle, how much can that bring out of Canelo? Will that bring the fire to Canelo that we want to see? Or will that make him get up because he defended his home country? What's going to happen? If he don't do that, then he won't beat Benavidez. But if that makes him get up to defend home, we'll see a good fight. We never know.